Hi, I'm here at the Media Relations Summit in New York with Maggie Fox. Hi, Maggie.
Hey, Sally.
So we met, finally.
I know. I'm very excited. I had no idea you were going to be here.
That's fantastic. And I loved your session. That was great.
Thank you very much.
So have you heard more of what went on? Were you only here for your session?
I was only here for our session, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I did ask people how they thought the day was, and they actually overall said that it was a high-quality event. Very pleased to be here. Yeah.
And you spoke about the future of social media. So what is it?
What is it? We are seeing it as being a couple of different things. One of them is an increasing intersection between earned and paid. So earned being, a remarkable brand or product experience. Blogger, video blogger produces content around it. The problem is that doesn't tend to have a lot of scale. And then we see the opportunity being on the paid side, because a lot of sites like Dig, Foursquare as well, companies like Outbrain are providing us with opportunities to take that earned stuff and scale it to mass audiences. So we're seeing a really interesting kind of content marketing opportunity there that we're actually working with companies like CNN and Ford on, trying to crack the nut, trying to figure out how to do it right.
Okay, so how would that work? Can you give me an example?
Sure. So, for example, you give someone a remarkable product or brand experience. So, if it's in the case of Ford, they drive a vehicle, and they love it. They produce content around that. The reality is that content will not scale to a particularly large audience. Perhaps 20, 30,000 people a month read that blog. It's not enough to sell a lot of vehicles. What you can do, though, is take that content, which is 3 times more credible than your marketing materials, and they're paid different kinds of ad units showing up in places like Dig, where you can actually take that content and repurpose it and put it there. And so instead of you saying how great you are, it actually is a third party saying how great you are, and we're able to scale that to a mass audience.
That's fantastic.
It's pretty interesting. We're having a lot of fun with it right now.
I would say. Now, something I heard today I'd like to hear your view on. In a couple of sessions, the journalists were saying their job has changed completely, and they don't feel that PR people have got their heads around that, and they're not presenting their content to the journalists in a way that helps them.
Interesting.
So
I certainly see from the journalist side, I have a lot of I'm a former journalist myself, so I have a lot of colleagues. So my perspective actually is from their perspective, which I think is seeing where they're getting their content. Noticing that they're trolling Twitter. That I have journalist friends contacting me regularly through social channels because they're sort of ambiently aware of what's going on, and you say something interesting and they want to follow up. So it's interesting that maybe PR folks are clinging to those old tools a little too much and aren't recognizing that now your contact points are distributed. It's not just in one place. It's not just the press release. Perhaps it's being in a few other places, being a little more social about the approach across a larger number of people, which is challenging, but that's what journalists want.
Maggie, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sally. Thanks.